Jimmy may not be the best redstoner, but maybe we can change some of that. What's up guys? Eddie67716 here. Welcome back to a redstone video. Now this video I made because Solidarity Gaming, also known as Jimmy, he did a video where he was challenged to build redstone devices from Impulse, Ether and Tango, and he did, well, not the best. But I'm going to show you how those things can be improved. And if you ever watch this, Jimmy, this will show you how to do it properly. Number 1. Impulse's Item Chest Dropper Challenge. Now, Impulse got Solidarity to build a device that will take items from a chest and drop them on the ground. So here I've got the device that Jimmy had set up. His device is completely manual. No timer, no flare, no nothing. Just a very slow way to get eggs into here, and... wait a minute. I think something got powered. But anyway, his design is very slow. Then what he did was he looked up a tutorial and built this, which is actually the common design, which is really good and pretty efficient. So it will just pop out everything that goes in here. That uses the common comparator circuit that can be used to power a dropper or a dispenser. And it's a good timing circuit, so... yeah. Okay, I'm gonna empty this because it's all being emptied. But then there's this, my design. Now my design, it takes advantage of the halving hopper thing. So if items are doubled in capacity when they go into this hopper, half of the items will go into here and half will go into this. But the advantage of that is I can use a quicker circuit to make all the items eject nearly twice as fast. As you can see here. Now this, I've used in my Infinite Chook spawner. This works by using a comparator to read the output from this dropper. So whenever there's an item that would be on, which will power this block, which powers this redstone, which powers this repeater. Now that will power this redstone, which powers this block, which powers this piston. This piston will push this observer into this observer, which will create an observer clock, and that will power this block, which will power this dispenser. This dropper. And like, my design is, well, it's a bit more, kind of over the place with more hoppers and everything. So this device is a bit cleaner, but this one is faster. Number 2. Etho's Orange Fire to Blue Fire Challenge. Now, Etho, he challenged Solidarity to build a device which would turn Orange Fire into Blue Fire. Now this is his device. Let me just turn it on. Like, the device was, you had to flick this lever twice to put out the orange fire showing you the blue. But then to turn the orange one on, you had to flick that lever. And this is weird. He tried to use pistons when the ND didn't realize that campfires were immovable. And I know that because I tried using it on my Chook spawner too. And then I learned that blue fire doesn't even cook the chicken. So that was completely useless. Anyway, so here's an actual design that does like what you'd expect. So what this design does is you flick the lever, it dispenses red fire, then it dispenses blue fire, and vice versa. So how this works is I'll take away the facade, and you can see there are pistons here. So the pistons are connected to a rising edge monostable circuit. Well, actually, this one's a rising edge monostable, this one's a falling edge monostable, and this is a dual edge monostable. So monostable circuits like turn on, quickly turn off. So you can see that quickly pulses the pistons and it pulses the dispensers to spit out the fire. And yeah, this one has to be on 2 delay. Has to be 1 delay because it's a torch to invert the input. So yeah, so that's another interesting thing. Redstone torches invert their input if they're on a block that is powered. So yeah, this is another cool thing that can be done with redstone. And I'll just place this back. There we are. So this is Etho's fire changing design. Well, actually no, I built this, but this is what Etho intended for Solidarity to build. I hate to say this, but maybe Jimmy is a toy. And number 3, Tango's Pulse Extender Challenge. Now Tango, he got Jimmy, aka Solidarity, to build a pulse extender. Now, all the pulse extender does is take a short redstone pulse and extend its length to be a lot longer. So what he built was this flux capacitor design. That's what I call pulse extenders using computers, because they take a bit of time to charge, just like capacitors, and I added flux because, well, you know why I added flux. But yeah, this design discharges a bit quickly, plus he also had a long delay off here, so the signal strength will not be at its fullest. Then he built this monstrosity that will never be discharged. The problem is, I think it's maintaining the exact same signal strength, and if I press F3, if you look at power, which is on the right, just below north and south, no, in the middle between north and south, you see that the power is 11, here the power is also 11, here the power is 11. So it's somehow maintaining the exact same power, but if I get rid of this block, it will discharge, eventually. There we go. And if I do it again, the other thing that I think is bleeding is this piece of redstone. And that will discharge like a normal flux capacitor would. But here's the design I would use, and I think it's the box standard design everyone uses. This one takes less time to discharge. It uses a block in here so the signal strength only goes down by 1 instead of 2. So this is like the more common design everyone uses. Now, I did a video on pulse extenders in my redstone series, but the basic ones you often use is the chained repeater design, which can be extended if you know what you're doing, or the locked repeater design, which can be chained as well, but is very wacky looking. No, that doesn't need to be shown. Here's a flux capacitor of a very small one. Here's an even bigger one. Here's an even bigger one that uses a flux capacitor to charge a flux capacitor. This one will stay on for ages. Or you can even use the ether hopper pulse extender, which is this design here. So there's a lot of different flux capacitors, pulse extenders you can use. I only call the ones with this compound chain a flux capacitor, by the way. So Jimmy, you're gonna take my advice? I can't hear you. Oh wait, I think he's... Oh wait, he's whispering something. He says he's not a toy. This looks like a toy, a very big toy to me. Anyway, I hope you did enjoy this episode. I showed some of Jimmy's stuff and how they can be improved. I hope you did enjoy. If you like what you see, you can subscribe to the channel and also like the video. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video I do. This has been 8677716. Goodbye.